Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Recently I created this portion effect in on my YouTube channel, and this is just for my Patreon. So I just uploaded file for my Patreon, and today I will show you how I actually created this thing in Unreal Engine 5.4 Niagara. So let's start this. So I have this effect here. This is the final output here I have. This is the effects material mesh. But here I will create it again. So first we need to make a material, cool material. And if I'll open this, it has already a cool material that I am using. But I will do that again for you guys. So in my tutorial folder, I'll make a material M and portion. Okay. And inside this, I will preview that mesh. So it doesn't have any texture here. Then I will just take these three textures I have, and this is my diffuse, and this is my roughness, and this is my metallic. So this is the default. Okay. And I created this mesh using AI, so it doesn't have good UVs and all. You can see the texture. Okay, so first thing I want a bright edges. So for that you can take a Fresnel, and if I preview this Fresnel, you can see I have just the edges now, and you can also add a power, increase it, so you will get just the edges like this. And then you can multiply this with your color, so you will have this, and then you can multiply it with a higher value like 50, so it will be like little more bright. Then you can add this to the emissive. Cool. And one more thing you can do, you can take a texture, like any texture, like noise. I have a blur noise. You can connect it here. So it will distort, sorry, it will distort your exponent a little bit if you want. Or you can also like multiply it with your Fresnel here. So it will have some random things. I will decrease this little bit. So now you can add a panner and your Fresnel will be animated. Like I'll just add 1 and 0.5. And if I preview this, you can see this is animated now, but this is too fast. Maybe 0.3 and 0.1. Okay, we have this. Second thing, you can also add a layer of it here. And let me just increase it a little more. So what you can do, like you have this Fresnel, I can copy this and I can take a Sine. So it will make a ring here. And you can also make this too if you want. Okay, and then take a Fresnel, sorry, power. So you will have that ring here. And if I make it like 1, you will have that ring here. Okay. You can also add this ring here. Basically, you have a edge and then this layer. So it will look cool. If you don't want that much, you can just multiply it like 0.3. It will be less, like 0.1, like this. Cool. And then one more thing. I will increase this like, because of this, it's little. Let me just make it little like this. And if I multiply it by 2 and minus 0.2, it will be more, there will be more contrast into it. And also I can add little more tiling like 3 and 3. Yeah. So now my Fresnel will have more variation like this. 1. Yeah, or maybe not. Yeah, that's much better. Then I can also add like a swipe light, like if you have this, or you can take this world position, and then if I just add, actually take the mask, any axis you want, then add time and take the Sine. There will be some stripes going on, and you can increase or decrease the width here. So if I increase it like, and if you want to make the speed higher, you can just multiply this time maybe like 20 or maybe 50. You can make this also 50 like this. You can also multiply it, or you can just add it on it. So you can just multiply with this. So you will have this thing. Then you can add this thing on emissive, add. So overall, you will have Fresnel, then some light going on. So you have this cool material. So I'll just save it. And then let's make a Niagara. I'll take the fountain effects. First thing, I will use that mesh. So this will be my portion mesh. And inside it, I need that mesh. So I will just use this mesh here as a mesh renderer. I don't need all these things. I just need one particle that spawn once, live forever, and you will have just one. Okay. Then what you can do, you can type here the position. Let me just here and type here position and just drag it here on your particle update. Then I will convert it, and then I will add, and then I will drag this position here, and I have this vector. So I can break and add a Sine here. So if I adding Sine, and you can see, you can increase this thing. So it will be more cool. So I have this floating portion mesh. Now we can emit particle from it. So what you can do, if you want to like emit from particle from this shape, you can do that. But in this case, particle not emitting from this mesh, they are just emitting from a random sphere inside it. And there one more thing, this star on it. So first let's create this star on it. That's quite easy. You need to make a material first. I have already, but I will do it again. So I'll make a material and star. A quick way of this is just take a texture coordinate, take a bias, and multiply it by 2 minus 0.5. So you will have center coordinates, then take the absolute, and then take the power, and then break it because this is X and Y, it's colorful. We need to break these two and then add these together. And if I preview it, you have this. Let's invert this and let me decrease it. We have this star 7.5. Yeah, or maybe. Or if you don't want to use this invert, you can also use divide, and will give you a cool effect, but you need to add a power before it. And also it will make it much brighter. So I will just use a saturate here. So I'm using, instead of one node, I'm using 3 nodes. So what's the benefit of this? Let me show you. So now if I increase this, and now you can see if I preview this looks flat and this looks really cool, right? And if these edges connect, like touching your edge, you can just take a radial, although you can decrease this power 0.4. Or if you don't want that, you just take a radial and multiply your final output with it. So radial will take care of it. Cool. So now I'll just take a particle color and just connect it here and make it additive. One more thing. If you want like this white core and there's then these like purplish edges, you can do that here. So what you can do take a lerp, and in the lerp, if I take a color like purple and connect it here, so you'll see the edges are purple but the core is white, and then you can multiply this thing with this again, so it will mask it out and you will have this cool thing. So instead this purple color, we can use the particle color. So we can decide our color there and then connect it here. And then I'll just connect this with this opacity, and this should be unlit. So you have this. Let's save it. So if you take one more emitter, duplicate this and delete this and take a sprite and take this. Sprite is there and already it's moving. You can use it like this way, but I did different thing. You can add camera vector and just like this. You can do this, but you can also add your sprite here. Okay. So like I will just make this purple and maybe size like this. Then we want some particles falling. So what you can do, you can just duplicate, rename this star, and let's duplicate this and let's call it sparkles. And in this one, we need lots of particles spawning. So what we need? We need this to be infinite, and there should be some life, and then there should be a spawn rate, not this, spawn rate like 50 particles spawning. I don't need this. Instead of this, you can just copy your sign, and here in the position, break this and just paste this. And then you can add gravity. The particle will fall down. But there should be a radius. So you can take a shape and in the sphere, just decrease this. And you can do the same thing. So you can just copy this and just reset it. In the sphere, you can add here your offset. Cool. And you can make the size random and gravity less. And then you can add little curl noise if you want. And we can make the spheres a little more like this. And you can just colorize it. Okay. Whatever you want. So I'm not doing that all things. I'm just making this stuff quickly so you will have idea how to do that. And the last thing, we need to add a glow and then trail. So for the glow, if I just copy this star, paste and call it glow, You just need to delete this sprite, take one more sprite, default you can use, and see there's already a glow. I will not use that much of camera fade, and also we can offset it a little bit. So there are lots of ways to do that. You can offset it from here also if you want. And I'll make the size little bigger and then make the opacity little down like this. Okay, then we can make our trail, the last thing. So for the trail, you can just make a material. So M and trail. And for that, we will use ribbon. So I'll just type, I'll just take a aura texture and I'll just need a particles color. And it should be translucent, unlit, sided. And let's multiply it and connect this here. So this is how it looks. And you can take a radial and just multiply it. You can do a lot of things, but you can make it simple. So we have this. If I'll save this, browse it in my FX, if I copy my sparkles, paste and call it trail. And what I'll do in the shape render, I'll make it 0 and then I'll delete it and make a ribbon. And then here I'll go here and make the size of ribbon little up. I don't need any color noise. And this is what I have. And also here I'll just add little warm-up time. Then in the trail, I need to add some offset. So in the Sine, I'll just copy and add some offset. So I'll just move it up here. And thickness, I will make this much. And instead of gravity, I'll just add initial velocity. And you can also add panner. Like this. Cool. Color and all thing you can manage that you want. So this is how I created this. Settings are different, tiling and all things, but this is the process I followed to create this effect. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Keep learning and bye-bye.